Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today we're laying down a spread nearly the last couple of weeks of winter, which is lovely. This is for the 23rd of August and I'm using a Beehaven Designs kit. I've had this kit for a little while, but it is appropriate for these last couple of weeks of winter. It has a lovely combination of tans and navy blues, and I think they work really well together. I do like that colour combination. I've added rose gold foil to this kit. There is plenty in it. It's quite a full kit, lots of things to use, no shortage at all. So I'm going to speed you through the laying down of the stickers, and I will be back with you for the week's plans very soon. Now that the majority of the base is down, I'm just going to go across the top and pop down the work stickers. So these stickers were already pre-done and in the kit. Normally I sort of create my own, but it seemed sensible to use them as they were already there. My hours are set really, they don't vary, so I don't normally put them down. But I thought, given there was a work sticker and a place to add the hours, I've put the hours down for the week. I'm trying hard to focus on using the stickers that are in the kit. Having gone through my sticker book for all my leftover stickers, I realise that I really can get a couple of weeks out of most spreads, and I'm not doing that. And I do try and use up the leftovers in my day-to-day planner rather than this planner, which is my memory planner. But even so, I still seem to be ending up with a lot of stickers left over, so I'm just being mindful of that recently. Even with some of my printable kits, which have several pages, I'm not printing all of the pages if I know it's not something I'm going to use, like trackers, for instance. I tend not to use those on a regular basis, so there's something that I can do without. So after I've gone across onto each of the 5 days and marked my work schedule, just taken a quarter box from the kit and marked on there that this was a coffee Monday, or in this case, as it said, not before coffee. And again, I've used the little bit of deco from the kit. Normally I would pull in a foiled coffee cup or something like that. But what I am going to do, just to give it a little bit of sparkle, is take these side bows from Stella Beau Sticker Co. They're really quite lovely. I like the size of them. They're perfect for what I like to do. And I've just added that to the coffee cup to give it a little bit of extra bling. Now moving down underneath the coffee, it was just time to grab another box. I've used one of the half boxes with the tan colour around the outside, and I've just put on here that I needed to clear quite a bit of email that I had come through, and that lockdown was still continuing. Anytime we have a lockdown period, there is an enormous amount of literature that comes from the government pertaining to MBS items, rules and regulations pertaining to these things, the fact that our clinics have to go into sort of COVID mode basically, which generates lots and lots of emails. Now in this particular spread, I've done something a little bit different. I haven't done it before. I'm not sure that I really enjoyed it because it didn't seem to give me the flow that I would normally like. And I'm not even quite sure how I'm going to do the voiceover for it, because I actually went through the whole spread and just laid down the stickers and then came back and did the writing over the top. As I said, it was, it was fine, it was okay, but it didn't just didn't give me the flow that I normally enjoy. So it is going to be a little bit disjointed, and I'm not even sure how I'm going to do the voiceover. So I'll just continue through as if I had written them in. And then at the end, of course, I am going to go back and fill everything in. So underneath the lockdown box with the computer beside it, where I marked that lockdown was continuing, I then went and put a quarter box under there, and I marked on there that Dylan and Christina's house was coming along nicely. And given that there's some shortages in Victoria, I think really across Australia, with building materials at the moment, they were very pleased to get a few of the things they needed to get their build underway. So that progress was really good. Then underneath that, I've used a Mum and Me Designs paw print to put down that the cat had some sort of a bother in her eye. Wasn't quite too sure what it was. We needed to take her to the vet and get that looked at. Turned out she needed some antibiotics. She had a little bit of an infection in her tear duct, and we did get that sorted out for Lexi. Moving across onto Tuesday, I used another sticker from the kit which had important on there, and I just wrote down that I needed to do some shopping. Our nurse and myself wanted to, or our head nurse and myself wanted to put together a little goodie basket for our team. They've been working particularly hard and trying to get as many people vaccinated as we can, given the allowances of the vaccine from the government. And our nurses in particular and our receptionists have just been going crazy with bookings and immunising, and they've been doing a wonderful job. So we just wanted to do a little something to acknowledge the fact that we had done so many of these vaccines, and everybody had done an amazing job. So I just marked that using some shopping bags, and to be honest, I didn't note where I had got those from, so I'll go back and have a look and put it in the overlay. So underneath that, I also put down a divider, and that's from Print Petticoat Bandit. That is a printable, and she's done quite a few little dividers that are just perfect to pop in when you've not quite got enough space for something else. And I love her printables; they're really such great value. And then in the quarter box underneath that little divider, I noticed that I had uploaded my compilation. I'd made the decision that I wasn't going to go back and refilm all of the things that I'd missed during this ridiculously busy period. So I did a compilation, and I uploaded that compilation on the day. I used a camera from the kit, and also some of the deco with the foiled box. And then underneath that, I watched a YouTube movie this night, and I marked that again with a bucket of popcorn from the kit in a quarter box. So moving across on to Wednesday morning, and Wednesday, I just wrote down on this particular box that it was really beyond crazy. The numbers were starting to build. People were getting frightened. Everybody who had sort of put off getting the jab was madly crazy trying to get appointments. Yeah, crazy is not even the word really. It was just ridiculous. So I've used a coffee cup from the kit, or actually that was in the box, and a Planning Like a Pro computer there to mark that. Then I've gone down underneath, and just using one of the arrows from the kit, I noted that I did a webinar this afternoon. It was with regard to the current structure of some of the things affecting some changes affecting the clinic and the delivery, particularly the digital delivery of information. Underneath that, I used a quarter box to mark that I'd had a nice lunch. Even though we're in lockdown, there's still lots of places doing great takeaway, and I think it's important to try and support your locals by getting that takeaway. So I've used a knife and fork there, and then underneath that I have popped down, or rather I went sort of to the top of the full box, and I've used the little Happy Mail sticker, which is my own, and I was going to mark on there that I got a spotlight ribbon holder. My ribbons have been getting out of control, so I wanted something to keep them intact. And then above that, I did another quarter box from the kit and a Crafts by Thaowie sticker. And that is to note that I did the voiceover for my August 9 Plan With Me. So now moving across onto the second half of the week, now that Wednesday's complete, I needed to mark a birthday on the 16th, or rather not a birthday, I should say. The balloons made me think birthday, but no, it was celebration. So it was just more of the planning and getting ready for our team to acknowledge the 2000 mark of vaccines. I ordered some balloons from Lombard, some balloons and some party bags and different things, and we collected our goodies, and we were organising to come back together that evening to put them in place so that they were in the clinic for the staff the next morning. So that box at the top was a half box from the kit. The balloons and the stars are from Stella Beau Sticker Co. She does a lovely birthday sheet, which I really enjoy. And then I've popped another Print Petticoat Bandit divider just underneath there in that white space. Moving further down and underneath the little Daisy perfume bottle, I marked that I had an MRI that I had to have on this day, and that was at 1:40 that afternoon. And I've used a little medical bag, which was an icon from the kit. Underneath that, I just wrote down that Ryan, one of my sons, we were going to have his boys so he could have some family time on this occasion. And then continuing on using quarter boxes and working through these days, I marked that I received some Happy Mail this day, and this was an order that was new to me from Olive Petticoat, and I have to say I was very impressed. It was a lovely delivery. The quality of the product is good, the design's good, the sizes really fit my style well. It's amazing the difference in sizes, and some just work perfectly, and some can be too big and others too small, but these were very much Goldilocks and they were just perfect. And then underneath my happy mail, I marked that that evening Christina made butter chicken for us, which was absolutely delicious. I'm not sure whether I was just tired and hungry by the time I got home, but they seemed to. She's made it before, but on this particular evening, it just seemed to go down really, really well, and I thoroughly enjoyed it. So moving across on to Friday. Friday was the morning that we were going to give our little goodie bags to the staff. I must admit the helium balloons all through the clinic really looked a treat. They were gold and sparkly and celebratory, and they just looked so nice. And when the staff came in, they could see that this was just not an ordinary day at work and something a little bit special. So we were pretty excited, Ali and I, how well it had turned out. We also had a hand from Vicky, who's our little social queen. She does the most beautiful spreads and organises wonderful food, and the tables always look amazing. So she also had a hand in things, and we were just pleased to acknowledge our wonderful staff and the fantastic commitment they make to our community. We're so lucky to have them. And then just popping underneath there, so I used a coffee cup from Mum and Me Handmade Designs, popped that under a flag from the kit. Then just underneath that one, I've used a half box from the kit, popped on my little favourite Happy Mail envelope there, which is just one of my own, and marked on there that I got a delivery from Live, Love and Craft, and that was some sheets, actually no, some dividers for my little personal wide planner, which was lovely. And then a quarter box to mark underneath that we had chicken scallopini that night, and it was another night of a particularly yummy dinner. I think this week, with everybody working so hard, you just look forward to the rest, and the food is very comforting as well. So that pretty well completes the working week. I've gone to the bottom of that page on Friday, and now sort of jumped across. I think I must have missed a little bit of filming there, but I have put on underneath the handbag using an Arctic Paper Studio little nail polish. Actually, you can't see it yet, but I will be putting it down, and that is that I dipped nails. I'm going to have to try and get something else because all I've got's nail polish, and I do use those sorts of jars in it, but it's not quite the same as dip nails. And then I've popped underneath there with another one of those print petticoat dividers, and noted on there that I uploaded the memory plan for the 2nd of August, and I've used a camera there from Crafts by Thaowie. Heading across onto Sunday morning, I got the opportunity to have a nice sleep in, which I thoroughly enjoyed. It was so good. It wasn't huge, but it was enough and very, very pleasant. And then after I'd had my sleep in, I got up and did a little bit of laundry that had been a little bit neglected with such a busy week. And then popping underneath the laundry, I used a full box from the kit, and I noted on there that I did some planning time and had a bit of a relax and just got my planning things ready for the following week. So above there where I've marked the laundry, that is a print petticoat Bandit again, a little printable, that laundry hanger there. The laundry script is one of my own, and that's just foiled in the rose gold as the rest of the spread has been. I just needed to do a little bit of a squiggle and a wiggle, a bit of sticker surgery to try and get the room that I needed on that Sunday, but with a little bit of a play and a pull, I did eventually manage to get there, but it did take a bit of fluffing around to do. I just wanted to pop under sort of one of the quarter boxes rather than leave it on its own. So finally that got down. And so that brings me to the end of the laying down of stickers for the second part of the week. So here you'll just see me going back over the spread to see where I've got gaps and what other things I need to lay down. And I decided that I would add a little candle to that bottom quarter box, which was going to indicate that I'd relaxed and had a bit of planning time. So I've used a candle from Planning Like a Pro, and I've also used a lovely planner, a little cloud planner on that same box in the other corner, which is where I marked the planning. And this is why I sort of found it a little bit, I don't know, it just didn't flow as well with not writing as I go. I'd certainly be curious to hear what you think. Do you, when you watch the videos, prefer that I write in them as I'm going, and so that it sort of matches up with the voiceover at the end? Or are you happy to come back once the bulk of the stickers are laid down and fill them in as I go? So I'm just taking you through. As you can see, there's an awful lot of stickers left over because, as I said earlier, it's a very generous kit. I tend not to use trackers, so often they're left, and so I've got a full page of those. But nevertheless, they'll get used in my day-to-day planner. So now just having a little bit of a close-up look at some of the boxes and the icons, minus the pen. And now I've gone back off camera and I have filled in the various things. I did forget to put my steps and vitamins on the bar at the left hand side, so I did go back and do that a little bit later on. The other thing I did too was to bring in a little bit of blue floral across the top there, which looked a bit bare. Since I've been doing layering with the florals now, I find that when I look back it looks a little bit bare, so I did that later on in the end. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next one.